Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. This is going forward on fourth episode 56, not 55. Don't pay attention to that in the thing.
I'm gonna pay attention with the entire time.
I didn't put the right number and I just copied and pasted. So, of course, I'm Eric. He hate me 702. We got the guy with the Cowboys background. Go ahead.
I got him filling on the punishment, but Sam or Akeldrock over here.
Yep. And then we have the Cowboys fan who is suspiciously wearing no Cowboys gear. So go ahead
and I guess I can't even really enjoy the punishment that much given the punishment they got over the weekend.
No.
So we'll just
is even funnier if Sam actually planned this.
Oh yeah, I planned this.
He said he was gonna wear it the day after, just the show after, just to have fun. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mo. Please let us know how you feel.
Get it off your chest, buddy. Go ahead. The stage is yours. This is all you. Okay. Go ahead and tell us how you feel.
Well, like I was telling y'all on Discord, off camera, I pretty much expected at this point until they prove otherwise. So I know, going into, those high leverage type situations that until they can prove they can do it, they're going to keep getting the criticism. It's going to become a national holiday. People just look forward to, seeing the shoe fall for all the non-Cowboys fans because they either have, friends that are or may just want to pile on either way. So, it's, par for the course at this point. So it's, I guess, interesting that they decided to keep McCarthy. I guess they're gonna run it back with. I don't know about mostly everybody because Dan Quinn is obviously a head candidate for a few jobs out there. So new DC is probably in order, which might not be a bad thing after the fucking performance they put out on Saturday, which kind of was the year in review, pretty much. That they had a hell of a time stopping the run all throughout the year, and I think people saw the film and took advantage of no linebackers. I guess after Van Der Esch went out, doesn't seem like they were able to fill that spot or have any great output from that unit. So that'll be something they'll need to beef up going in the next year. There's way too much talent on that side of the ball, both sides of the ball, for that matter, to waste. But who's gonna maximize that is the question. McCarthy gonna be able to do it since they're giving them another go, and if he needs to replace Dan Campbell, or not Dan Campbell, Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's fucking at home. You would have thought they would at least put up more of a fight. The fact that you go out in the first round and become the first team to let a 7 seed win is definitely stings. So, nothing much more else to say. That was just a good old fashioned passionate ass whooping, getting your shoes holding your cat taken.
Sam, is there anything you would like to say about the Cowboys? I mean, we don't want to add in, but do you have any questions or?
So I'm not gonna continue the rack on. Definitely probably a new defensive coordinator coming in to fill in personally. But I mean, unfortunately, I actually had high hopes for the Cowboys this year. I thought they were going to be home. They're playing the Packers as a 7 seed. And then I actually thought they were going to have a little decent of a run. So, shame on me for thinking that.
Yeah.
But, That's just kind of how it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. You put faith in something, and then it just lets you down. That's the trend of a Falcons fan. You know this.
So it's your fault.
I didn't have high hopes. I just had some hopes.
I'm not surprised. I picked the Packers. The Packers are literally like 9-10 against the Cowboys. Like he said, the Cowboys had trouble stopping the run. They did not seem prepared at all for what was going to happen. I also think they got punched. I think it was one of those things where I think the Cowboys were overlooking them. I don't think this is like, I would have fired Mike McCarthy. That's the one thing you have to say. Jerry Jones is loyal to his fucking coaches, unless they piss him off like Jimmy Johnson. But I would definitely say this was one of those things where I just don't think they were prepared. I think they overlooked them as a team. I think they did not expect them to come out. They came out. They got punched in the mouth. They were like, okay, we'll stop them. They got punched to fucking again. They're like, okay, we'll stop them. And next thing you knew, they had 6 pieces in their face, and and the game was over. So I just think they were too confident, too cocky. They were at home. They were 16-0. They were feeding into that shit, and you could see that leading up with what they were talking about. Dak Prescott talking about I'm buying a Louis Vuitton bag so I can remember the initials are LV because the Super Bowl is going to be an LV. Michael Parsons talking about some other dumbass shit. So you could see some of the stuff that they were talking about, that they weren't focused on the game. And I just think that showed. I think that the Packers played a lot better than any of us expected them to play. Fuck, Jordan Love looked like Aaron Rodgers at points and times out there with some of those throws. But I just think they overlooked them. They were just too cocky, arrogant, confident. I just think that kind of happened. So I'm surprised that they did not fire Mike McCarthy, especially when you have Bill Belichick out there. I am definitely surprised with that. But then again, next year you guys do have what? Trayvon Diggs coming back because he's out, right?
Hopefully he can come bolster that defense because Deron Bland is not it.
No, with Deron Bland that's the thing when you have a guy that gambles. I know this from having Marcus Peters. Anybody that's had a guy that gets a lot of interceptions on their team, normally they're gamblers. And when you're not getting those or they're not being thrown right to you, a lot of times you fuck up and leave open receivers. So that one is not as surprising to me as the ass whooping surprising. The way the game was over was surprising. And not trying to talk shit, but I just don't think the Cowboys have heart. And I don't think that has anything to do with like Mike McCarthy. I think that has to do with who is their veteran leader in that locker room?
Micah Parsons.
Well, it's got to be Dak for the O. I know CeeDee's not a veteran, but I'm sure with his play, he's one of the leaders.
That I think is the problem. I think you guys are missing veteran leadership. Dak is not a leader. I'm sorry to say that. He's not. I've seen him way too many fucking times. And he may not maybe that he's not a leader, but he might not be the right leader for this group. They need those people that were in the locker room that when all this shit was going on and they were out focused. Hey, motherfuckers, get your shit together. They need somebody to focus them and calm them down when it comes to the playoffs. And I don't know who that guy is. And it damn sure should be Micah Parsons. And Micah Parsons needs to stop doing a fucking podcast.
You don't like his podcast?
No.
Everybody has a podcast nowadays.
Mike, this is the issue. Why do I like Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce's podcast? Okay, because they're brothers, and both of them have been in the league years. Fuck, Jason Kelce just retired.
Yeah, he's out.
Travis Kelce is on the back slope. We know this. So, but Micah Parsons has a podcast where he actively talks shit. Like he talks shit about the fucking other teams. Oh, we'll see y'all again. Trust me, believe that. We'll see y'all again. Talking about the Niners. He talks all this shit, not even bad shit, but just shit. And I think that becomes an issue. Like sometimes I think some of them are more worried about being famous than being fucking a football player. And football player just happened to be that. And Micah Parsons, I think he disappeared the whole game. They did a great job on
thinking about his next episode.
Yeah, I think he needs to. I think they need to take a step back, go back to the basics, get back in the fucking workroom. I'm not saying that they're not watching film or they're not doing any of this because of this stuff, and just calm this shit down Don't bring the hatred and just focus and get a veteran leader in that fucking locker room. There's got to be somebody other than Dak. You got to have somebody. I don't know who the fuck to get. Can't be a diva ass receiver. Get a fucking veteran lineman.
I'm not gonna
Go.
say it's much of a lack of a fight as much of a lack of a game plan and execution. Yeah, they definitely got out coached, outplayed, but they didn't look like the Eagles. At least it's like the Eagles definitely didn't want to tackle anybody.
Listen. I understand what you're saying. The game plan and everything it was not a good game plan. I get that. It was not. It was that game plan was fucking shit. Horrible. But let's talk about the Eagles and what the fuck's going on with the Eagles? What happened?
They shifted it. They mailed it in a couple weeks ago.
How? Okay, so listen. I want to know your guys' opinion on this. Does Nick Sirianni deserve to be fired?
No.
No, but right now everybody's looking at it like that
Yeah.
because who's out there?
This is the problem, right? ESPN has done a whole fucking 2 days about Nick Sirianni getting fired. ESPN on Get Up was literally telling coaches that Bill Belichick would be better there than Nick Sirianni than anybody else. I see what you're saying. I don't know. That's the first time ever. I'm sorry. I'm doing YouTube at the same time because I'm catching up on some of these people, the videos they sent us. And this one video is the first time I've ever had it say, this may be inappropriate for viewers.
Uh-oh. What are you watching over there?
It's somebody that sent it to us in a group chat. That's the worst part about it.
Hold on, go to that one Twitch comment for a second, too. That's in our thing.
Oh, yeah. Sam, the Falcons aren't bad enough to start waving the banner, sir. Hasimo. This is his punishment for losing.
He's for the worst picks or the
worst picks. So back to Nick Sirianni. I think there's no way in hell Nick Sirianni deserves to be fired. I don't think he deserves to be on a fucking on the chopping block. I don't understand it.
He went 10-1 and had a bit of a rough year. Like when Mike Tomlin went 11-0 and lost in the playoffs. We're not saying the same things about Mike Tomlin when that went down. Like that, it just seems really outlandish that they're saying this about him.
Why did AJ Brown have that falling out? I know he stopped following them and all that shit, but
I don't give a fuck. You know what? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't care either. Ship his ass off. If he's not happy, get the fuck rid of him. I don't care.
I was gonna say Kyler Murray did the same thing to the fucking Cardinals.
Maybe
AJ Brown more money to the Chiefs.
Huh? No, I don't. No, fuck. This is no. If you're gonna bitch and complain being in that fucking locker room with Nick Sirianni and Nick Sirianni's ass is a fucking players coach, what the fuck you think you're gonna do with Andy Reid when he literally tells you to shut the fuck up?
Yeah, no, Andy Reid is a much harsher coach than.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Andy Reid is the harshest coach, but there's no fucking way. No, I don't listen. I'm done. I'm done with all these fucking diva ass motherfuckers getting upset. Oh my god, I scrubbed social media. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Get your ass back in the locker room. Like Whoopi Goldberg naked.
That would have been a treat for the internet.
And we would have been completely like demonetized, canceled, everything right there.
I think that might have gained us like 1,000 subs.
Why did you put that in my head? And we'd have been sued. Okay. Whoopi Goldberg would have damn well sued our ass. So I don't think Nick Sirianni deserves to be fired. I think the talk about it is stupid. I think the media needs to watch what they fucking do. A lot of times. And I know this sounds, and this is why I think it's stupid. Okay. One, did anybody have any expectations of the Eagles last year?
No. Yes. Actually, a lot of people did.
In the offseason, before they did anything, not this offseason, the offseason before they went to the Super Bowl, there was no expectations. Nobody was thinking they were Super Bowl contenders. They were thinking they might make the playoffs. They were going to battle with the Cowboys, but it wasn't like, oh, we're Super Bowl contenders. Jalen Hurts had just had 1 year where they went to the playoffs in his first year, right?
Lost to Brady.
Yeah, went to the playoffs in their first year. So you may have said, okay, they're going to make the playoffs, but do you think they're getting to the Super Bowl? Until they started running off with that streak. Once the season started to progress, 100%, they had expectations. Because remember, weren't they one of the last unbeaten teams last year?
I
Yeah,
think so.
I
Yeah,
believe they were.
and Jalen Hurts was MVP until he had to sit out that. So yeah, when we got to week 5, 6, 7, yes, of course expectations happen. But when in the offseason, I don't think people had them as Super Bowl contenders. I don't think they had them as picks. And they ended up in the Super Bowl and almost beat us. If it wasn't for a fucking holding call, they would have probably beat us. And then this year they start off 10-1. He lost his offensive coordinator, his defensive coordinator, and all of his fucking and like 11 players. Then sorry, some fucking random ass number called, and I was waiting for it to see what it was, and it was just like it's an 89988. So I had to relook at it because I'm like, oh, that's definitely a scam. 8998879. Yeah, it's too many fucking the same number.
If you want, I'll call you.
Yeah. So, and then all of his players he lost. They started off 10-1, and let's not forget the schedule they had. So, like, that's another thing. I don't think that people, because of his collapse, okay, they started off 10-1, but then they collapsed, right? Yeah, I got it. That is okay. I get people get mad at that, and they lost some pretty bad games at the end. They shouldn't have lost to the Cardinals. We know they should. They lost the Giants at the end because they were already getting beat, and they basically mailed it in. The Cowboys, getting your ass whooped by the Cowboys is not really a horrible thing. When you guys normally are going to split anyway. Shouldn't have lost to the Seahawks, but at the time, people thought the Seahawks were good. So you won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you lost 6. The only game you won was the Giants in that last 7. Cool. But when you go through and they played the Dolphins, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Niners. Let's say they don't win all those games. Let's say they lose 2 or 3 of those. Does it look as bad? I think the problem is it's so much with revision. We're so caught up in what have you done for me lately that those 5 losses look horrible. But if they would have lost 2 games in that horrible stretch beforehand and then lost 3 at the end and mixed it in with losing 2, winning 1, losing 1, it would not have looked that bad. So that's kind of like, that's how I'm looking at it, as he does not deserve to be fired because they had a gauntlet row and they did a very, very good job. And they had some injuries. AJ Brown wasn't playing. Jalen Hurts hurt his finger. He probably should have wore a glove. And they ran up against the buzzsaw of a team that really wasn't a buzzsaw, but Baker Mayfield was like the game should have been a lot worse if they would have caught the ball. There was a lot of drops. So I think it's absolutely asinine that they're going to have that people are saying that he should be fired or they would not be surprised. And again, I think the media needs to be very, very careful, especially ESPN, because I don't think they understand what they do. Like, even if the Eagles coach wasn't the owner, what if the owner was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not thinking about being fired or anything. One of the first fucking questions they asked him on his press conference was, are you worried about your job? Like, it started from day one, from that moment. And from then on, now the owner's sitting back and is like, damn, well, everybody's sitting up here and making good points. Maybe I should fucking fire him. I think it's being Bush League. I think they're doing bad. What was the point in Julio Jones? Julio Jones didn't play bad. I mean, if you get a veteran receiver that used to be an all pro that you for a cheap price, I don't think that's that big a deal. High school wrestling update. Sebastian got 2 pins tonight. Congratulations, Sebastian. Good job. Good job. Very good job. Do you think the brotherly love shove will have a success rank? No, hell no. Hell no. I don't think the tush push will have a success as next year. And the Buccaneers stopped them in the game on Sunday or Monday, and then stopped them earlier. Yeah. So I don't think I don't think it's going to have as big of a impact with Kelsey retiring. And I also think that The NFL might try to do some shit to get rid of it.
There's
How
no
is that shit not face mask?
Huh?
How is that shit not a face mask?
What, the tush push?
The fucking Buccaneers player face mask on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
who cares? But back to the Julio,
Not saying I care, but I'm just like, oh shit. I'm surprised they
for
didn't call
Julio
that.
Jones. Why not have a veteran minimum for a slot receiver that can fill in every once in a while? When you got like Quez Watkins, Alamalid, Zacchaeus, and I don't even know who Britton Covey is, but like, why not get someone who's a known receiver for cheap just to fill in the slot every once in a while?
And also, he's not going to want a whole bunch of yards. He's not going to want a whole bunch of catches. He's just there for the ride.
Yeah.
He's just trying to win a ring.
Lane Johnson, what? He's going to play one more year and he's done. Brandon Graham is going to play one more year and he's done.
Well, Lane Johnson, see, okay. The difference between veteran leadership and non-veteran leadership is Lane Johnson. What Lane Johnson said after the fucking Eagles game, nobody's fucking safe. Like, no, we need to play. That's what the fuck the Cowboys need. Y'all need to call the Eagles and get Lane Johnson.
He's not leaving.
That's what y'all do. Call him and get him.
I think he's already at the end of his rope.
He's literally got one more year left in him.
That's okay. That's okay. Just bring him in your fucking locker room.
He's not going to do that. He's an Eagle for life.
No, he's not. He's probably gone.
No, he literally said already he's got one more year.
Oh, all right. Where are your sources coming from, Sam?
My sources are coming from Jason Kelsey. I was listening to his podcast, and they were literally talking about how Brandon Graham and Lane Johnson got one more year in them.
Okay, Anthony, how much should the fine be?
1 Foot Locker gift card, please.
That's what I need to know when they say fining refs for bad calls. I need to know how much the fine is.
How much do they make?
And then, how hard is it going to be to get reps?
So, an NFL ref back in 2022 made $205,000 a year.
Stop playing.
Eric just said, I need to be a ref. Shit.
Hold on. If you want, I'll put my source.
Stop playing. That's Techopedia. That doesn't fucking count.
What's up?
That was from Techopedia.
You mean a web source?
Yeah, that web source that you just looked at was Techo. Holy shit. Let's find another one. Let's find a better website.
Let's see. You want Reddit?
Okay, so the sporting news and other officials make in 2023. This came out in 1/29/2023. So it says based on the expired collective bargaining agreement from 2019, officials made an average of $201,000 per year. If they work the Super Bowl, they can receive $30,000 to $50,000 for a bonus.
That's still a good amount of money.
So the reason why they get paid. Oh, okay. So the reason why they're paying so much is it's considered a part-time job. They don't receive any benefits, 401k or anything like that. So that's the only, they have to pay them a salary to get people who want to be a ref. How do you become an NFL ref?
I don't know.
Do you have to pay for your travel?
I really don't know the rules to it.
I don't know, man. We might need to become refs.
The first step on this Indeed for NFL refs said earn a bachelor's degree. Why does the ref need a bachelor's degree?
Why does a lot of jobs sometimes? Oh, can I share something funny but stupid? Someone on speedrun.com beat my speedrun of Madden.
Is it 1,000 a bad call or 1,000 a game? Because if it's a G a bad call, how many bad calls do you think those refs make?
A lot.
I mean, shit. By the time we get to week 8, you have no refs because they're not getting paid. Why don't all of us become refs? And we got to be on the same crew. We got to be on the same crew. Education. There is no specific education requirement for working as an NFL ref. Many refs do have a bachelor's degree in any major. Those majoring in sports health, sports management, or a related field may become more prepared for a role. How the fuck? See, this is why people don't know how to fucking ref. This is exactly why. How the fuck does somebody that has a degree in sports management, sports health, or a sport-related field have a better idea of the rules and how to call a fucking flat, a holding penalty, or whether or not it's a fucking catch or not?
We need to have a bachelor's degree from a college about NFL ruling. That's what we need.
Most fucking penalties, we know the penalty just where the flag is at. Like, if you see a flag, you're like, holding. Oh, that's it. Pass interference. We know, we see that shit. I don't understand. Now I understand why they don't have good refs. Candidates for the NFL have to have an extensive experience on the field. At least 10 years of officiating in football games. 5 of those should be major college games. Okay, so how do you become a college referee?
You probably got to work your way up through the freaking little leagues.
High school or Pee-wee.
I'm actually kind of bummed that someone beat my speed record of Madden.
Oh, did you put it up so we can share it?
Oh, sorry, I was just looking at it. I was looking to see what you did.
I know we went off topic a little bit, but let's see.
Fucking stupid idea. Fucking shit. Here, I got the screen pulled up.
All right, I got to get rid of these fucking cookie settings. Let's see what we got. So there's you.
There's me right here.
Wait, you had the world record for it?
Yeah, I had the world record for it for about 10 days.
Did you take a picture?
No, I didn't. I didn't even look.
Well, you need to go beat his record.
I know, right? Now I got to go back and do it.
Yeah, you need to go beat his record.
Oh, fuck.
And he did it on the Xbox. Fuck this shit. Go. Nope.
And he did it with the Raiders against the Falcons.
Oh, that asshole.
Yeah, I was watching.
Asshole. Oh, and he's got video of it?
Yeah, you have to post a video to prove it.
You got to go take him out. Take him the fuck out.
Yeah, I know, right? The same guy. He literally just submitted mine the other day, I think. It got verified. And this was the first guy who I saw. I was like, I got to beat his.
All right. So, okay, things to consider. It's physically demanding. Football officials work with more partners than most other sports. So, depending on what position you're working during a game, you will have different responsibilities. Okay.
I think that's why they say the PE people would do better in that job because they're
let me call it
more prepared to be in a physically demanding job, I guess.
That is fucking I don't fucking know, but that's some bullshit.
That's why maybe more prepared. They're not saying that they will be. They're just saying they may be.
Coach Kimona. Oh, football requires work. Referee training center. You can train yourself with rule books and manuals. Okay. So how do I become?
You okay there?
No, because after working youth games, you may feel the skills and confidence go to high school. Yeah, in most cases, the association can put you in contact with local officials. High school, yeah, okay, college. Oh, okay. So there is no designated number of years of experience to reach college ranks. Officials with 1 year of youth experience would most likely not be a candidate, even though there isn't a designated numbers. Obtaining a conference schedule with advancement is based on the league or the conference. When trying to enter a college conference, talk to officials who are currently in the conference. They can give you valuable information. You may start your career in NIA, work the NCAA. Fuck. Okay, so now we just got to go and get fucking in contact with some referees near us.
Okay. That sounds like a spam. Local referees.
How much
in your
do they
area.
make? How much do college refs
Looking
make?
for a
Please
good
say.
time.
How much do college refs make? Stop listening to my conversation.
What conversation?
Okay, these are very, very weird estimates. Okay. I don't think it's worth it. Average, on average, they make 61,000. But yeah, college between 15 and 2,500 a game.
Man, really good wild card rounds.
That's only 27,000. That's what the fuck are they talking about?
But that's the ref. You can't. I don't think you can start out as a ref. You go be a fucking back judge or a line judge or some shit like that.
Bitch, no, I'm not. I'm gonna start as a ref. Y'all gonna see me at UNLV refing fucking games, okay? I'm gonna figure this shit out. No, I'm not. Let me stop lying. I'm gonna get high and forget about it.
You'd be the first one. You'd be the one that they'd have like holding the first down marker and shit.
I'd be like, listen, this is what you need to do.
You know,
And the
you
worst
know what
part
I
about it
really
is,
thought of for Eric, though? Have you ever seen, there's a skit on YouTube where if a ref plays fantasy football.
oh yeah, I've seen some.
Number 65 scored a touchdown. He's not on my team. Holding. Offense.
What are you talking about? Dude, first of all, they would never let me be a referee because they'd be like, do you have any social media attachments? And then they would just come on this fucking pod, look at this podcast and see me go off. And be like, I fucking hate this guy. Fuck him. They'd be like, nope, this motherfucker cannot be a referee. He is not impartial.
You'd pop out on the Chiefs game. Number 19 ejected for sucking.
Like, I'd walk up to Jared Goff and be like, well, you're not going to have a good day today, buddy.
You go up to Kadarius Toney, you're ejected.
Listen, Andy Reid, do me a favor. Get Kadarius Toney off the field because I'm going to find a way to eject him if you don't. Yeah, I would be that type of ref. So I don't know if I could do that. They would definitely kick me out. Okay, so back to live action. Let's get back to what we were talking about.
Referees.
Yeah, so what was the other game? The Bills and the Steelers. That was what it was supposed to be.
They got moved to Monday.
Yeah, so that was what it was supposed to be. Oh, the only one that matters right now. The only one of our teams that is still in the playoffs. Let me stop talking shit before we lose on Sunday, okay? So
that was me. I was just sending the video I was talking about.
If I enter the game, I go on FanDuel like, what's the under? Have you guys ever seen that Buffalo Wild Wings commercial where they keep extending the football game or the basketball game?
Yeah, like they turn on the sprinklers, like I just trips over it.
Yeah, exactly. That would be some shit that I would be doing. Okay.
So Chiefs game. Go ahead. That was your team. You started.
Yeah. So my bad. I'm glad they didn't ruin my weekend. I was nervous all Saturday. I started drinking at halftime. I woke up a little hungover, so that was fun. Don't really drink as much anymore. But now I'm not. Look, everybody's happy, and they're like, "Did we fix our problems?" They found a wide receiver. We still have trouble scoring in the red zone. We kick way too many field goals. At no point in time did I 100% feel safe. Well, that's not true. When it was 19-7, I felt safe. I started to feel safe because I was like, okay, now, yes, the Dolphins can come back, but Tua looks like absolute dog shit. So we're pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really, much to talk about besides the helmet. The fucking helmet tried to take out our quarterback. Can we be fucking serious here, guys? Your helmet can't fucking survive a hit. He only got hit like one fucking time like that. Imagine like the running backs and the linebackers and the offensive linemen. How the fuck did Patty's helmet bust? That was the only helmet that I've seen bust. And then the company's trying to come out and go, oh, it did what it was supposed to do. Bitch, it's not supposed to break. I don't give a fuck if it still works.
Ben, don't break mentality.
It's not supposed to break.
It's a breakaway.
So, we could talk about, that one was a little interesting. Also, let's just get this out the way. That game has 15 people in the hospital after game. Let's just get this out the way. I don't understand how they did not have Patrick Mahomes go to the sideline to fix his helmet, because normally that's a equipment malfunction, and they normally have to check out the game to fix their helmet.
That's usually like go do that now.
Yeah, so I don't understand how they just let him grab another helmet and put it back on.
It's the playoffs. It was just like fucking Matthew Stafford kept going after he got knocked the fuck out on live television.
Buddy, can we talk? But he passed the concussion protocol.
No, you see, the concussion protocol was.
Did you see
where are you? Los Angeles? He's got this.
All you need to see was the replay where he was like.
I did. I saw the replay. I think I sent the tweet in the Discord. I was like, what? Like his full fucking head got back. He basically.
He looked like he was on ecstasy at the peak.
Come on, Patrick owns the ref. Yeah, I know he owns it, so I'm just gonna mention it so that way we don't say shit. Okay, nobody else can sit over there. Oh, the refs. Matthew Stafford. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Fuck him. Fuck them Rams. Fuck all of that shit. Because not only did they not beat fucking Jared Goff, not only did they not fucking do that, they didn't beat that motherfucker. They came this close to beating him, but decided to kick 3 fucking field goals in the fucking red zone. Even when you're down at the red zone and that, what is Sean McVay thinking? You fucking go for it. Because even if you miss it, you miss that field goal. Even if you miss that field goal or you make that field goal, you still got to score again. So guess what? If you go for it and you don't, guess what? You still got to fucking score again. I know it's a field goal to a field goal, but that's just dumb. That gives me flashbacks to Matt LaFleur with Aaron Rodgers, where, instead of going for it, he kicked a field goal thinking that he could stop Tom Brady from only getting 1 first down. So that was fuck them. And not only did the fucking Lions, who I said were going to suck this year, not only did they fucking do that, your fucking team couldn't do shit, and the fucking Eagles couldn't do shit. So you fucking shitting me. Jared Goff is playing Baker Mayfield to see who goes to the NFC Championship. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
By the way, I did look back at the beginning of the preseason. You projected that the Lions were going to go 1-16 and the Packers go 4-14.
I know. I knew those two were. I knew that. I knew the line. I got them up right here. So I have them right
you got
here.
them. I'm going to delete my notes because I did not do well with that.
Yeah, no, I got them. I got the
I did
video
horrible
right
this
here.
weekend with the picks.
Me too.
Yeah, I got all the videos, so I'll go through. I was just making sure I had all of them. So I'll go through and look at it. But I already knew the Lions. So not only are the Lions making me look like my shit was horrible and fucking horrible, my prediction was bad. They may make it to the NFC Championship.
I think they will make it to the NFC Championship.
Hey, don't count out Baker. Don't count Baker out now.
You hate both of these quarterbacks. How are you going to say don't count out Baker now?
But I hate Jared Goff.
He hates Goff more.
I hate Goff way more than
I can tell. This is literally the Eric quarterback hate bowl right here.
I hate, not even just that. My hatred has come down for Baker because of the fact that he's been humbled. Like when you get fucking let go by the fucking Panthers, you hit fucking rock bottom.
No, I think that's the opposite right now. Nowadays, that's like getting out of Shawshank and shit.
That might be true. That might you're getting out of Shawshank. So what's good, buddy? How you doing? Thank you for popping in. So let's just get into the picks. So I'm sorry. I went 4-2. Sam went 4-2. Mo went 3-3. I lost the Rams and the Browns. Mo lost the Browns, the Dolphins, and the Cowboys. Sam lost the
Cowboys, I believe.
And the Eagles, yep. So who you got? Bucks or Lions? I know who you guys are going with. Sam, you're going with Lions, right?
You know it.
Yep. Lions.
All right. What do you think about this game? What do you think the score is going to be? What do you think? Give me your keys to victory or some points that you think how the Lions are going to win.
As long as the Lions keep lining, I
Okay.
think they'll be
Keys to
good.
victory So I think one of the big ones is going to be I don't think the Buccaneers can cover Sam Laporta. I think he's going to be a big one. Amon-Ra needs to get involved early. And the defense needs to really lock down. They really got to focus on Mike Evans, I feel like, more than Chris Godwin this week. Because Mike Evans has been the killer.
Now, do you think because their cornerbacks are not very good, right? The Lions cornerbacks aren't. Is it? No, it's the Eagles. Never mind. The Bucks cornerbacks aren't extremely well.
They're not that great because what is it? Brian Branch and C.J. Gardner-Johnson are the two safeties, and they've been playing very excellent this year. And I think they're up to the task of help. For who? The Lions.
Okay.
CJ Gardner-Johnson. Secondary, it's really going to come down to the secondary of the Lions versus the receivers of the Bucks.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know how the Browns are or the Bucks are gonna win because I don't know how the fucking Bucks beat the Eagles.
They beat the Eagles.
They put the pressure on Jalen, and Jalen busted ass finger.
Well, we do know that's true. We do know that the Bucks are gonna blitz like crazy. So this is what I want. What's Todd Bowles? Todd Bowles, this is what I need you to do. Look at me. Come here, Todd. Listen. I need you to come up with a cover 2 blitz scheme where all you're doing is blitzing him and mixing in a cover 2 with a Tampa 2. I promise you, in the playoffs, he cannot figure out a cover 2 or a Tampa 2. And blitz him, and you guys will win this game. I fucking promise you. I promise you, you'll win.
I saw a reporter today ask Todd Bowles, do you think the weather's going to affect you in Detroit? And then he just looks at him and goes, we're going to play in a dome.
Why are they even a reporter?
I don't know.
Oh, that was an easy. Okay, Packers 49ers. What are you guys' thoughts?
49ers, baby.
49ers, but I think it's going to be closer than what most people think, just because they seem to be in their groove. Jordan Love seems to be been handed the reins. They're letting them make more plays, take more chances than they were earlier in the year. Looks like LaFleur's got full faith in them now. And
because Mo is taking this so casually, I got to ramp it up a little bit. I think Nick Bosa and Chase Young are going to put their nutsack on Jordan Love's face.
I forgot they got Chase Young. Oh my God. Now look, the Niners should beat them by like 40 to 50 points. I think the Packers played a perfect game for Dallas last week. The Niners should beat the shit out of them. With that being said, something tells me to take the Packers. I don't know if it's an NFL script. I don't know if it's I don't know if they're gonna lose, so that way hopefully we don't get a Ravens Niners Super Bowl, so everybody can stop saying the conspiracy with the NFL because of the colors. I don't fucking know. But for some odd reason, I think this team is just that I don't give a fuck team. The team that they just don't fear nothing. They go in, they think they can
house money.
Yeah, they're playing on house money toe to toe, and they're coached really well. Their game planning is very, very well, and they've been playing. They're on a roll. They've been playing basically. I can't lose a game for a couple of weeks, and I think this is going to hurt the Niners, and I think it's going to hurt the Ravens. But the difference with the Ravens is, I'll get into that. I think resting everybody for 2 weeks is going to hurt them. I think we're
going to put a curse on the 49ers where Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, and whoever the fuck else they have are all going to get injured, and Christian McCaffrey's going to have to play quarterback again.
I think something about it's always weird, but something about when they have that much rest. Maybe they don't get hurt, but maybe it takes them a while to get going.
Like maybe like the first half, they're kind of like slow to the start, but then
exactly
like, the second half they'll come blazing.
And we've seen this. I mean, if you've watched football for long enough, you've seen this. They used to talk about that when people would rest their starters before they had a bye week, like when what was it, the Colts, when the Colts were like, oh, they had a chance to go for a record or something, like they're like, nope, we would arrest our starters anyway. They rested week 17. They had the number 1 seed. They rested then, and then they lost like in the second divisional round of the playoffs. I just think it's always that rust that's going to set on them, and I think the Packers are going to jump all over. But again, I think the Niners. I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners walk away with a 30-point win. Texans, Ravens.
The Ravens, because they just waived Melvin Gordon.
If they still had him, would you have picked the Texans?
Yeah, Melvin Gordon's just he's that problem. I don't know why they cared. I don't know. I'm on ESPN because I was looking at the 49ers to see which quarterback will be coming in since you just cursed them.
Mo, who you got, Ravens or Texans?
I'm going to take the Ravens, but again, I think it's going to be closer. Texans will give them a battle, but Ravens pull away in the second half. Lamar, I think, poses too many threats, and Texans may be able to hang, but I don't think they'll have all the answers.
Aguilar, I think, is going to go off for like 100 yards. Like he'll get 5 catches.
The same exact thing I said about the Niners is the same exact thing that I think is going to happen to the Ravens. One of these two teams, it's going to happen to. And my thing is, this is going to sound weird, okay? But when Lamar Jackson was like in his second year, because his first year he came in halfway through the season, it might have been his second year, he had a lead. The Chiefs had a lead on the Ravens, and they had the ball. They were going to go down, basically try to tie up the game or whatever. And I was watching on DirecTV, and they showed him walking across the sideline. And I paused the TV because I could see his eyes. And I looked into his soul. He's got the same issue that some of the quarterbacks have when it comes to the playoff. I just think the moment gets too big for him. I don't know if it's the pressure or whatever, but I think this is going to be the second year that he wins an MVP and goes out in the first round. The second time this happens.
What has he played in the playoffs? I know he's beaten the Titans. What else has he done?
He's 1-2, 1-3. That's it. He beat the Titans.
He beat the Titans.
That's it.
Yeah, he's 1-3. He lost to the Chargers in his rookie year. Beat Tennessee. No, lost to Tennessee in the divisional round.
Yep.
And then lost to Buffalo in the divisional round.
Yep. Because they beat Tennessee and then they beat Buffalo.
Yep.
Or lost to Buffalo. So that was the AFC Championship game with the Chiefs. So
divisional.
Yeah, no, but then the Chiefs played the Bills with the AFC in the AFC Championship.
Oh yeah.
13 seconds. 13 seconds. That's the same season. But yeah, that's my thing. I don't trust him. And I'm gonna go with what Mo said about the Cowboys. Until you show me that you can fucking do it, I don't trust you. So I'm gonna take the Texans. All right, I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
I think the Bills are hungry for this one.
I think the Bills are the hottest team next to the fucking Packers and Bucks right now.
Yep.
I think with the home field advantage, I think they'll win it by 6.
Ooh, okay.
I honestly would say like a 1-point game.
I'm telling you right now, if it is a 6-point game, or if it is a touchdown game, and we have a chance to have the ball back, it's going to stay a touchdown day because I don't know if our receivers are going to catch the fucking ball. I'm going to Rashid right. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're going to Rashid. Yeah, exactly. So I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm saying right now that there is everything set up for the Bills to win. The Bills are, like you said, the hottest team in the league right now. They're winners of 6 straight games. People marked them for dead earlier on in the season, and they said, "Fuck you, no, we're not dead."
They were 6-6, and then they turned it around.
Yep. They dominated the Steelers. They did what they were supposed to do. Ever since that AFC Championship game, 13 seconds, they've been waiting for this. Now they've been waiting for a rematch. They get us at home. They have no fucking excuses that Arrowhead's too loud. This is outside of the AFC Championship game. This is the biggest game Josh Allen has played in. Just because of who it's against, what it represents. If you can't beat us now, and somehow you lose to us this time at home, it's gonna look. It's the fucking media is gonna forget all about Dallas, and they're going to hone in on them, especially with what a down year we are. So I think they are completely prepared. I think this is what they've been praying for. I think they come out and I think they try to hand it to us. Ultimately, I'm picking my Chiefs, but
they're gonna go guns blazing on this one.
I'm not confident. Like this is set up. I said it was a down year earlier. This is set up for them to beat us. But if they keep it close, Patty Magic might just come out. So
or his helmet might break again.
I know this sounds bad, but I actually love that they moved the game to Monday for last the Steelers game, the Steelers Bills game, because I knew once the Steelers once the Bills won, I knew we were playing Sunday because there were no way they were making them play Saturday. And me and Alyssa are driving all Saturday. So see, this is setting up for me to be able to be in Sacramento and watch my team hopefully win a game. But I don't have a lot of faith in them. Coaching carousel. What do you guys think?
What, you making a trap remix?
What do you guys thinking? Jim Harbaugh interviewed with the Falcons today. Is he acting like he's on a rocking horse? What is he doing?
No, it's on the carousel, fucker.
Oh, that's okay.
Honestly, Jim Harbaugh might not be bad because he does develop quarterbacks, but is that what he wants to do? I don't know.
I thought he was more headed to the Chargers.
I'm telling you the same thing that scares the Chargers, which I read an article saying how much trouble they were going to have in the beginning. That it's not going to be as easy of a coaching hire, is their fucking cap space. Like, you're going to have to be a wizard or start trading people. And to get on that cap space, you're not going to have the same team you had because they're paying fucking Justin Herbert.
Yeah. I mean, Belichick would fit because he knows how to do that.
That's why I've always thought Belichick would be a good fit there.
Harbaugh is not going to be able to handle that cap hit.
That's why I think Atlanta is first of all, I think Harbaugh, is a great pickup for you guys.
Yeah,
like if Harbaugh wants to go to Atlanta, I think that is we know he can build a team. He's no matter what organization he's been in, he's shown he can build winners in 3 different locations.
Yep.
And so, Lakers blow out the Mavs.
Yeah, I saw that.
And,
Ooh.
Yeah, Brooklyn's barely beaten. I have it up on ESPN too. I just clicked over. Yeah, 127 to 110, not bad. Brooklyn's barely beating the Blazers right now. But yeah, so I don't know. What teams? Okay, so
I think Harbaugh would be a good hire for anybody, for the most part, I guess, unless you start looking at what would be the best fit.
I don't think LA is going to be a good fit for Harbaugh, just because, as Eric mentioned about the cap hit, like, to try to build around that is going to be really rough.
Look, I also think, honestly, I think Justin Herbert works because he's a young quarterback, but I don't think, let's say Mike McCarthy got fired. I don't think Harbaugh is a good fit for you. I think he needs a young quarterback. He's used to coaching college quarterbacks. Even Colin Kaepernick, when he got the most out of him, was still a young quarterback. So I think having him coming in, taking over a younger quarterback than trying to take over a veteran that's basically where the fuck. I think he needs that over.
Well, here's also what I'm thinking too. If he goes to Atlanta, they could draft JJ McCarthy.
Does he really want JJ McCarthy though?
I mean, he just won a championship with him.
I'm looking right. Hold on. Trying to see if there's. What about? Ooh, no, not Seattle.
Seattle's
the Titans like their defensive coordinator, Glenn. I read
The
that.
Raiders are going for Pierce, it seems like.
Well, yeah, that's what I saw that today. I haven't heard anything on Mike Vrabel.
Patriots already made their signing.
So ESPN is saying this is what ESPN is predicting. Okay, and this is as of today at this morning. They say They say the prediction is Bill Belichick for Atlanta, but this is before Jim Harbaugh started talking to him. They said for the Panthers, they have Callahan. Who the fuck is Callahan?
Isn't
Callahan
he?
Johnson, the Rams, no defensive. Is that who the hell is Callahan?
I was thinking of someone else.
Oh, the offensive coordinator of the Bengals. So it's Callahan Johnson in his name? Oh,
That
maybe
sounds
not.
like
I
a.
don't fucking know. It just keeps saying Callahan. It doesn't give me who the fuck his name is. Callahan hasn't been a play caller in Cincinnati, but he has lots of responsibility. It has to be Callahan Johnson. Okay. People are saying
That sounds
Pierce.
like a Civil War name.
Dude, hold on. I had a guy come to my branch, and he's an older gentleman, older black guy, and he sits down at my name. I'm not gonna tell you. It sits down at my desk, and I'm not gonna tell you his full name. But he sits down. I look at his license, and I go, "Where are you from? Where's your?" He goes, "Oh, I'm from California." I'm like, "Oh, where's your family from?" "All my family's from California." "Why do you keep asking me that?" I'm like, "Who in your family's from the South?" He's like, "None of my family's from the South." I'm like, "Your name is fucking Robert Lee." Like, his name is Robert. That's not his last name, but his first middle, Robert Lee. And he's like, oh, yeah, my granddad was born in Alabama. I was like, your whole fucking family's from the South. You even sound like you're from fucking Bama. You know damn well you're from the South. You just don't want to say that because your name's Robert Lee. They have
Robert E. Lee.
They have Harbaugh. They're saying Harbaugh for the Chargers, Pierce for the Raiders, and they're saying Vrabel for the Seahawks.
I think that'd be a good one, Vrabel to the Seahawks.
And Ben Johnson for the Commanders.
They really don't want the enemy.
So Bieniemy still gets shut out on this cycle.
Yes. Look, listen. When you have to go to a shitty ass team to try to help them offensively, so that way you can prove that it wasn't you, it's not just Andy Reid, and you don't do that. Like, they looked like shit. And yes, did the Chiefs look bad? Yes. But why? Because our receivers can't catch. But we still won 11 games. So that's kind of the issue. Like, I'm not saying that now that he's not with the Chiefs and I saw the job that he did and he's not even a known candidate for them. Like, he's not a known candidate for any of these places.
No, he's not. I think he's not. He's done at this point.
He should go to college and coach college. Yeah, so I don't know. I originally said Mike Vrabel, for the Falcons, but if Jim Harbaugh wants to come to the Falcons, I'm okay with that.
Harbaugh and Vrabel will be good. I think Belichick is going to kill it. Belichick will kill the Falcons.
Why?
So I'm assuming Belichick, wherever he goes, he's going to want GM rights. If
did you fire your GM?
No, we didn't.
So then he's
and
not
our GM built that defense that we had this year. And I'm actually really shocked that that they're not giving the defensive coordinator an opportunity to get the head coaching job, because he did a really good job with this defense. But if Belichick's going to want GM responsibilities too, I think that's going to kill the Falcons, because he's going to make his own team, even though they've already got all these weapons and you're just missing a quarterback.
I don't think he's going to do that anymore. I think he's just going to coach.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be, unless you fired your GM. I don't think.
Not fired. I hope they don't fire him.
Yeah, so unless you fired him, they're not going to give him GM role. They're gonna let Sims do your GM do what they do. So they're not, and which is another reason why I think it was so intriguing with Dallas, because Jerry Jones is basically the fucking GM or whoever that. Huh?
I think Jerry Jones is their GM.
Is it Steven Jones
Pretty
that's their
much.
GM?
Pretty much. It's like both of them.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So the only thing that made sense with the Chargers was if he wanted to be a GM, he still had both of those options. Did y'all see the Browns fired their whole fucking offensive staff?
Yes.
I think
Did
so.
you
Yeah.
see? Did you see? Listen. Did you see the Saints fired their offensive coordinator?
Why not the coach?
He had been with the team for 15 years.
And they fired him.
And somehow DA is still there in DC. I don't think it's the offensive coordinator's problem. They couldn't score in the fucking red zone. I think it was DC's problem.
Well, we'll see what the Saints look like next year.
We'll fucking see. All right. So, yeah, I would say if I'm going to predict, I'm going to say right now, Belichick's going to end up with the Falcons because that sounds like the most known candidate that they're talking about. He needs.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So I definitely think that's going to happen. I don't give a fuck who ends with the Panthers. I think the Panthers have to go with a young coach. So maybe they need to go with
get fired next year by the Panthers.
Maybe they need to go with and it's Brian O'Callahan from the Bengals OC. Maybe they need to go with like a young OC, or maybe get defensive coordinator Steve Wilkes. They should have kept his ass anyway. Didn't they have him?
Tepper's an idiot. That's why.
Huh?
David Tepper is not whoever. Yeah, it's Tepper. That's his name, right?
Yeah, Tepper. Tepper.
He's an idiot.
So they're thinking, I'm going to say Pierce to the Raiders, even though they might fuck this up. I don't know who's going to get the Chargers. I don't think Harbaugh is going to end up in the Chargers, but I could definitely see. See, this is the thing. I could see Harbaugh ending up in Tennessee too.
Yeah, Tennessee might be a good fit for him, but they're also losing Derrick Henry potentially.
But it's a full rebuild.
I think Harbaugh might end up in Seattle or Atlanta.
He doesn't like Pete Carroll.
That's true. He doesn't.
Yeah,
I mean, how involved is Pete Carroll going to be, though?
Well, he's an advisor now, Pete Carroll, and he's in like the front office.
He's going to be like, I'm going to advise your ass to stay over there.
Yeah, so no, Seattle ain't going to be it.
So, and the last thing he wants to go is someplace where they're going to have the management's going to give him a hard fucking time like the Niners did. Like the contentious relationship they had between the Niners and the ownership.
That's why, honestly, like none of these teams are really a good fit for Harbaugh because I don't know about the Commanders because I don't know what they're going to be like.
What about the Raiders for Harbaugh?
Well, they're going for Pierce. It seems like.
God, I hope
that's what they're trying to. That's what they're trying to get you to think.
They're going to go side and
honestly, the same reasons that you said with the. I think the Commanders might be a good fit for him.
Yeah, like I don't know what the GM style is going to be like for them, so I don't know what the relationship could be. But honestly, like I don't know if they want to try developing Sam Howell or moving on from him.
It doesn't matter. They have the 2 pick.
They have the number 2 pick, really?
Yes.
Yeah. So again, they could decide if they want to move on from Sam Howell or not.
That's what I'm saying. So you can fucking keep Sam Howell and draft somebody. That's what I think.
You want. Harbaugh might be good in Washington. He might be good there.
And really, honestly, all you need is a quarterback. Well, they're going to need some more defensive players because they fucking sold their whole entire defense.
They literally got rid of Montez Sweat and Chase Young.
Yeah, they're going to, but they got rid of them because they were going to have to pay them.
Yeah, so they're defensively rebuilding.
Yeah, Washington has the 2nd pick. The Chargers have the 5th. Tennessee has the 7th. Atlanta has the 8th. Raiders have the 14th. So I'm just going to say it's going to be within the top 10 that he's going to pick.
Yeah.
But the only thing I think stopping Harbaugh from going to the Falcons is I think the owner will wait on Belichick.
Yeah, I think he seems to want Belichick for some reason.
Would you not?
Depending, like I love his defensive mind. So if he's just the coach, I'll take him. If he's just the
You
coach, I'm happy.
you know, worst case scenario, you have 4 years of him.
Yeah.
Worst case. Because once he breaks Sean Chu's record, if he's not winning, he's not going to be there anymore.
No.
So best case scenario, 1 or 2, maybe 3. Either way, I still think it's 4 years.
Look, like I said, if we're getting Belichick the coach, I'll take it. He's a great coach. If we're getting Belichick the GM, I'm gonna be pissed.
Now, my question for you is, what do you want to do with your draft pick?
Quarterback.
Okay. Which quarterback? Well, you might have to trade up, buddy.
Well, I was looking. So the draft order is the Bear. Well, all right. If the Bears there's a lot of scenarios here. There's a lot of scenarios. Let me pull up the draft order too, real quick.
Let's say I'm gonna say the Bears take Marvin Harrison.
So you think the Bears will take Marvin Harrison Jr. with the number 1 pick?
I think they can try to trade. The problem that I think they have is look what they got last year for the 1 pick.
They literally got the 1 pick.
Yeah. So again, so what team is going to give that up for them? That's the issue.
Because the Bears have now an interesting situation, though. Do they want to stick with Justin Fields or not?
I say they should.
I think they should too, personally. I'm a big fan of Justin Fields still.
Agreed.
If the Bears this, because remember they are the Bears.
Yeah.
I think the Falcons could give up a second and a third and get Justin Fields, and that could be their quarterback. And then they go and get a defensive weapon.
I agree with that. But let's say the Bears are keeping Justin Fields.
So they keep Justin Fields and they get Marvin Harrison Jr. with 1.
Now you have everybody available. So automatically Caleb Williams goes to Washington.
We'll say Caleb Williams goes there. They're saying Drake May would be number 2 to go off the board.
Yep. So does he go to
New England?
No, Jaden Daniels go to New England no matter what.
All right. So I just said, let's go back to what I just said. Caleb Williams would go 2 to Washington, and then Drake May would be 3 going to New England. But you're saying it's going to be Jaden no matter what.
Yeah, because of the fact that they're going to pick a different type. May is a pure pocket passer. Jaden is an athlete. They're going to pick. The new coach is going to come in, and I guarantee you he's going to go after Jaden. He's going to go after the new model quarterback.
So here's what I'm thinking. We got a couple scenarios. So we just went over the Justin Fields one.
Yeah.
The number 4 pick is the Cardinals. Now the Cardinals have a decision too if they want to stick with Kyler or not. They could go out and get a Kyler Murray, the Falcons, and trade for him.
Yep.
And then they could,
you don't want Kyler Murray. Don't say that. Don't ever say that again.
You don't want Kyler Murray?
Don't ever say that again. You don't want the Falcons to trade for him. Don't even put that in the air. Take that shit out now. Take that away right now. Okay. Take that away right now.
We got to look at all possibilities. I'm not saying I want him. I'm not saying we need him. All possibilities are out there because the Cardinals may be looking for a new quarterback as well. Because here's the thing. If we end up getting Kirk Cousins, Russell, any of these other quarterbacks that are out there, and they decide with their pick they want to go defense and then wait for another quarterback, which I don't know if they really want to or not.
Even if you get a Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson, you still have to go quarterback.
Yeah.
And let them sit for that year. But I mean, you still have Bo Nix available. Even if we went by the way they're picking, they still have Bo Nix at 12.
Well, all right. So the one I'm looking at, they say the Michael Penix Jr. is going to go 11.
I had one that said 11 too, and Nix 12. I don't even see Michael Penix Jr. in here.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he falls Michael Penix, then that could be a good pick too.
Well, Michael Penix is going to fall past 8.
I mean, it's really it's up in the air because there are quite a few quarterbacks that can fit. If they do get Belichick, who does prefer a pocket passer, they might try to get Drake May.
True. Yeah.
It really comes down to who's going to be the coach.
So, but if you had one available, let's just say you had Bo Nix. We'll just take the top 3 out: Jaden McDaniels, Derek May, and
Caleb.
Yeah. So what you out of the rest of them, which is Bo Nix, Minix, yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably take for Penix. Because I think he fits a little more into the scheme that was already being built.
And why would you say that?
Well, the team that they were running is very mobile, quarterback heavy with it, because they did a lot of they like a lot of short passes and a lot of like moving around, and with Algier and Bijan there too, like they're definitely more of like a ground and pound kind of deal, and you need someone that can move around a little bit. So honestly, Penix is a little bit more of an athlete out of Bo and the other guy.
McCarthy, what would you? Okay, so now that so that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Bo Nix. Bo Nix isn't bad, but Penix is way more athletic.
He's more athletic. But again, I'm not saying anything bad about Bo Nix. Like, if honestly, say if they do decide to go, this one I'm looking at says Dallas Turner, the edge rusher from Alabama. Say if they do go that way, maybe Bo Nix is sitting there in round 2, round 3, and they can get Bo Nix.
Yeah, he could. Mo, what do you want the Cowboys to do in this offseason? We didn't get to talk about that.
Linebackers, like I said.
What would you like them to do?
I think linebackers definitely something they need to address.
Okay.
Maybe running back.
I'm leaving.
I think there was some article that was mentioning, looking at Blake Corum, running back from Michigan.
Okay.
I think we need a heavy back. Tony Pollard seems to have lost a little bit of that explosion after the injury last playoff.
Center.
What happened?
Bring back Ezekiel Elliott to play center.
All right, that's the formula. But yeah, that'd be two spots I would say that they could key in on.
Okay. That sounds good. I'm not going to talk about my team till they're actually in the off season.
I was going to say, why don't we wait? Let's wait.
I'm not saying shit. So we're just going to go ahead and go there. Anything anybody else want to talk about before we get off?
Sean Strickland versus DDP this weekend. I think DDP is about to take the title.
DDP? Diamond Dallas Page?
Drake is, right? Drake is Duplessis, the South African cat.
Sean Strickland's going to fuck it up.
We can talk about how Josh Giddey is not facing any charges.
Who?
Josh Giddey.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
What's that reporter's name who didn't really report on it?
Yeah, that doesn't. What's her face? Malika Andrews.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me for one or two reasons. One, they would have had to get the girl to talk. That's
She already got broken off. She already got broken off and NDA signed.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know about other states, but I do know that in Nevada, the only time it ever, or in Las Vegas, the only time they ever get convicted for statutory rape or anything like that is when the victim talks. Because other than that, it's just he said, she said stuff. They have to, unless the mom catches or the a parent or somebody catches them in the act, that's different. But if it's just my daughter's having, we have a rumor that she had sex with this guy, it's that she would have had to talk most likely. So it does not surprise me that he got off. Or did he get off? He didn't get suspended, but the police are investigating it.
No, police. There's no file. There's no charges.
Oh, okay. Not surprising. I think also the differencing was where he lives at. The age difference is different.
Well, he's from Australian?
No, in Oklahoma it's different.
Oh, he's in Oklahoma.
In Nevada it's 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's different depending on
Oklahoma. It's 13 unless you as long as you have a mule.
And you have permission from their parents and their relative.
And the mule. You have to have the mule.
So yeah, that doesn't. But yeah, I think Sean Strickland's gonna put it on him, buddy. Sean Strickland's a little something different. He's a little
I thought
something
we-
different.
Drickus is a berserker too, though, so it's gonna be an interesting fight. Should be good.
Listen, I don't like Drickus. That's that South African, right? I don't fucking like him. How you gonna fucking tell I'm more African than you? Shut the fuck up. I don't like Drickus. I don't like Drickus. Okay?
Very
I don't
interesting
like him.
comment to have spewed.
I hope Sean Strickland fucks his ass up. I just don't like his name either. You know what? I didn't like Sean. I like Sean Strickland when I first saw him during when he was fighting. What was his face? What's the guy that knocked out fucking Luis? Knocked out fucking Izzy. Who was that guy? Or beat Izzy? Pereira. Yeah. When he was talking all that shit with Pereira, I just love how real he is, and he has no filter, and he'll say whatever the fuck he wants. Doesn't mean everything he says I love. So I'm pulling for Sean Strickland. Fuck DDP. Fucking. Are you really?
As long as he doesn't step into that diamond cutter.
Are you really gonna do this? Yeah. So no, I'm not worried about that. And then of course we're gonna say real quick, Siakam, Pascal Siakam.
Siakam.
He finally got traded. I initially did not like the draft, what it was, but what it is, I don't mind as bad. What is weird is they just signed Bruce Brown and then traded Bruce Brown. Like they just signed him after he went from the Nuggets after he won a championship with them. Bruce Brown is on his fourth team in like fucking 4 or 5 years or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's got a ring. He don't care.
Yeah, he got a ring. That's true. And he got paid this offseason. So they gave up 3 first-round picks. The Pacers give up Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, which is nobody. Like, that's nothing for Pascal Siakam. 3 first-round picks to Toronto.
They also gave up another guy who they got from New Orleans.
And then as part of a separate trade, the New Orleans sent Kieran Lewis and a 2024 second-round pick to the Pacers. It is announced that the Pacers then shipped Lewis to the Raptors.
Yeah, so.
Kieran Lewis was the guy that got drafted. He's a point guard. He had a lot of upside, and people really thought he was going to be good. And he just hasn't done anything there. So the Raptors also get Kieran Lewis. The first round picks are Indiana's first round this year, and whichever pick is higher, either Utah, Houston, Clippers, or OKC. I don't know how that works. It says and the lesser of the picks. So, and then the 2026 pick is a first round pick. Problem is Siakam is a free agent after this year, and rumor has it he was not going to sign long term with them. He did not promise he would sign long term with them.
It's a rental.
Pacers make a real run this year, he might stay.
But 3 first-round picks for a rental?
People giving up worse.
And he's not even that good. Yeah, and we saw how that built the fucking the Celtics. That's the Nets. Anything else we're going to jump on? So we'll be on Saturday. We won't be on next Wednesday because I am going on a road trip with my wife. We're going to Sacramento and driving down California and ending up in Disneyland. So we won't be on next Wednesday, but we will be on Saturday. And then probably the following Wednesday that we're on, we'll start transitioning towards
because the following will be Pro Bowl and Super Bowl.
Yep. And because there's only really 2 games, we could talk about that on Saturday. So yeah, we'll probably start transitioning towards the documentary or some shit or the movies. Maybe I should put a poll out on Twitter to see what movie
you
we
want
should
to say the James Johnson stuff for Saturday?
Which one's
James? Yeah, I thought we were going to say that for Saturday.
What James Johnson?
The boxing.
Miami Heat kickboxer.
Oh yeah, we're saving that for Saturday. That's right. That motherfucker is in the wrong career. He is. Do you know what that tells me?
Did y'all watch the video at least?
No, not yet. I didn't watch it yet.
I didn't watch it. All that tells me, I did. I clicked on it. I clicked on it and started watching it, but didn't finish it. All that tells me is that dude, you don't want to get hands with him. You don't. There's not one person. Matt Barnes. I don't give a fuck who it is. Nobody in the NBA wants hands with that guy. They don't want any.
Draymond's gonna try, right?
Which is why everyone knows better. He's not stupid.
Yeah, I know he's not.
He's not, which is why Tyler Hero
He
talks
would
so much.
retire after that.
He would die, okay? And James Johnson is one of those people that looks at you like I'm gonna fuck you up. But yeah, we'll talk about that on Saturday more when we talk about, because that's the fight this Saturday, right? With Sean Strickland and DDP.
Which one?
The
UFC
Saturday,
300?
right? Is that UFC 300?
Yeah, the UFC one. Yeah, I thought you were naming like an undercard fight, and I didn't know.
Yeah, no,
I didn't
UFC.
hear
Yeah.
what.
Wait, no, UFC 300 is fussing Justin. We gotta talk about that Saturday too.
UFC 300 in April, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
March
the
or
fucking.
April.
That's the
BMF, Max
yeah,
Holloway and
dumbass
Gaethje.
BMF thing. God damn, they have all these. What fucking UFC are we on?
I don't know. I saw
297. We're on 297.
They have 298 already announced.
Oh yeah, they go like 3-4 ahead.
Yeah, they have 299 already announced.
Hey, they're like the fucking grocery stores with the seasonal decorations. They got 3 months
300.
ahead.
Seriously, jeez.
They're like WWE. They have a fucking PLE every month.
You better go get your Easter decorations.
Yeah, good. Valentine's Day still right around the corner.
Yeah.
Shit, they had a fucking St. Patrick's shit at Dollar Tree.
Yeah, they had Easter shit too at fucking
Saying get your Easter shit already.
Yeah, Mo already made that joke.
All right, well, we'll see you guys on Saturday. We don't. Somebody want to say an intro or an outro? The outro, I don't care, because we got to come up with how we're gonna do this.
I mean, I already have my outro. Mo, did you think of one?
Oh shit, what was it? I said it the other week after we got off.
Yeah.
And now I'm totally fucking.
Mine's "Take Me Out, Coach." So.
Yeah.
Oh, hit the showers, you dirty, filthy animals.
Oh yeah. Well.
Damn, that's a mouth.